Buy a qualifying Intel product and get entered in the Intel Dynamic Ticket Giveaway for a chance to win great prizes. Visit intelgamingpromo.com to learn more. By popular demand, actually only one person asked for this unboxing, but I was going to do it anyway, so there you go. My unboxing of the Razer Tartarus Game Pad, whatever you want to call these things. Basically, Razer has taken the Orbweaver, which is their mechanical gaming device. There you go. So it's kind of a keyboard replacement. So you still use your mouse in your mouse hand, and then you use this in what would typically be your keyboard hand, but it is completely optimized for gaming. This is now a membrane version, so it is a lower priced version of a very similar sort of concept as the Orbweaver. So let's go ahead and open this bad boy up and have a look at what are the key differences. So just like the Orbweaver, it is backlit. They have made some changes to the ergonomics, and unlike the Nostromo, which was an existing product, okay, they have made some new ergonomic tweaks as well. So the Tartarus is fully integrated with Razer's Synapse 2.0 software, which means all of the 25 buttons on it are fully programmable. I do think their marketing for this product is a touch deceptive on the to put it sort of completely honestly though, because what Razer says is 25 fully programmable keys and 8-way thumb pad. The 8-way thumb pad is actually included in the 25 programmable keys. So I'll show you where all of them are if you guys want to check this out. So there's 15 here. Just like that. So here's where your WASD fingers would typically go. You've got a nice convenient bump right there in the center so you can find your way back to it easily. The backlight is implemented in a very different way compared to the Orbweaver, where each key is individually backlight. So you can see there's quite a bit of spill through from the back, which some people will find more attractive and others will find less attractive. Okay, so there's your 15 keys. Then you've got 8 more here. So this is you can probably actually hear those clicks. That's an 8-way thumb sort of joystick button. You've got an additional button here and an additional one here. So that's 15 plus 10 is 25. You can actually switch between 8 different profiles on the fly, and each of these buttons is completely customizable and remappable using Synapse 2.0. You just have to set it up one time, and then you can use it online or offline, whichever you prefer. You can have an unlimited number of game profiles, and you can have unlimited length macros, which I find to be a very, very attractive feature. Now, unlike the Orbweaver, the Tartarus doesn't feature quite the same degree of customizability. So pretty much all you can do is take the wrist rest and move it up and down like this. So there's a little key right here that allows you to go ahead and move that back and forth. On the Orbweaver, we saw a bit of a higher end implementation of this functionality where there's a metal skeleton on the bottom of it, and then you can actually move, here you go, the thumb piece out here. You could move the bottom piece out and backwards, and then you could, hold on, let's see if I can get that. Yeah, there you go. So you could move this piece, and then you could actually unlock this rest right here, which had a nice rubberized grip to it, much the same as the Death Adder 2013 edition. This one uses more of a soft touch feel overall, and is quite a bit lighter as well. But one thing that I like that Razer's improved over the Orbweaver is it has a gorgeous braided cord that just feels more durable. And this might seem like a trivial thing to you, but if you have cats, braided cables are a godsend. I have had cables that were on the brink of destruction, and if it wasn't for the braiding, they wouldn't have made it. Now, Razer's branding for this is infinite possibilities, and I see where they're coming from, because in addition to the unlimited profiles and the 15 buttons over here, you can actually use the 8-way pad over here as a modifier. Now, I personally would probably still end up using WASD as opposed to this 8-way pad, even though I understand why people might want to use this for movement, then they have access to more spells or macros or whatever else. So you can kind of use it however you want, but this is very appealing to me, using this as a modifier for what you're doing. So if you use this as WASD, then you could actually map 8 different functions to the 10 key here, for example, by holding it this way and pressing it, this way and pressing it, this way, etc., and so on. This makes this not only useful from a gaming standpoint, but I've also heard of even creative professionals using these kinds of devices as a quick hotkey device that actually sits next to their keyboard and you can use in things like Photoshop, for example. It works on Windows or Mac, so whichever you prefer is just fine by Razer. And in terms of ergonomics, I'd say if you have smaller hands, you're going to find the Tartarus more comfortable by default than the Orbweaver, even at the Orbweaver's smallest setting. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust this one back down. down. I did find it to be a little bit on the big side for me. So you can see that because it has a larger key matrix, actually I'll put the Tartarus in front. So it has a larger key matrix. There just wasn't much that I could reach with my smaller hands, and it expands very nicely for people with large hands. So go with the Tartarus with its MX Blue, or go with the Orbweaver with its MX Blue switches if you have larger hands, or if you prefer mechanical switches, which many, many gamers do, or if you want something that uses membrane caps, so you can hear it's much quieter. Very different tactile experience, or if you have smaller hands or whatever else the case may be, Razer's got a couple of different options for you. Thank you for checking out my unboxing and overview of the Tartarus from Razer. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like this video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it, and leave a comment letting me know, what do you think of these? Would you rather just use your keyboard? I mean, Corsair tried to implement something with the Vengeance K60 where they added like a little addition to the keyboard that was like a little wrist rest thing, but I don't think anyone ever actually ended up using it because I think everyone who cared about that was already using something like this. So what do you prefer? And I actually don't think I ever mentioned the large rubber grippy pads on the bottom. Those are excellent. I don't know if they had, yeah, very similar to the ones on the Orbweaver actually.